Next week's going to be the big one. Buckle up for that one. But this week we're just going to hang. So we'll pull up Arena and we'll start going. So what I have here are 6 decks with DSK flavor to them that appealed to me, and then we can just kind of talk about which ones we want to play and what they look like. So what I've been playing the most is this Dragons list. So I think I found it on the Spike subreddit, but I think it originated with Go Red Go Blue maybe, or something like that. But anyway, it looks to basically play a Jeskai game, Jeskai control game. You've got Helix, which is great right now, Dispelling Exhale with 7 dragons, which is about the minimum. Rediscover the Way, which I found has been pretty strong. It and Stock Up are pretty close, but Rediscover the Way has some extra applications in this deck. And you've got your kind of normal control suite. I've been having a lot of fun and success with this deck. So from DSK, we've got Chico, which is great. Rediscover the Way. Glacial Dragon Hunt, which I'm a little bit iffy on in this deck specifically. Jeskai Revelation, which has been great. I'm a big Cruel Ultimatum fan, and this feels very much like instant speed Cruel Ultimatum, but good, I don't know. You cast it and you usually win. Meringue River Regent has been really strong, also from DSK, Dispelling Exhale. So all told, this deck has a ton from Dragons of Tarkir. So we've got another Dragons list here. I haven't played this one at all, but I spotted it this morning, and it was kind of cool in that you're in Up the Beanstalk deck, but you get to play Caustic Exhale, you get to play Dispelling Exhale, and then you're playing all the like Sultai spell dragons. So Scavenger Agent, sure, it's a dragon, but it's a wrath. Disruptive Stormbrood is a removal spell. Bloomvine Regent is your ramp spell. Meringue River Regent is your draw spell. So you get to play a ton of dragons that are actually spells. Overlord of the Baelmark helps tie it all together because you get some selection for your spells. You get to ramp with Bloomvine Regent. And that's kind of it. So you've got 4 forests, maybe a little skinny. I haven't played this deck yet. But overall, kind of a cool brew if you want to go the Sultai route. We've got a straight ramp deck. Bloomvine Regent, I spotted in a bunch of lists. It's really strong in this deck where you have 23 forests. You're ramping up to the 4 Ugins in here. You got a Karn Silex, you got Genesis Wave. This one seems pretty sweet. When I've been playing dragons a lot, I've been running into dredge decks of various flavors. I like the blue ones because they play Skimmer. So this is your DSK flavor here. Oh my gosh, TDM, I keep saying it, and I even wrote it. It's TDM, wow. Great, thank you. Knew it sounded weird. All right, TDM, thank you. So this one also plays Winter Night Stories, which is a good milling or discard outlet. It works really well with Skimmer, Insidious Roots. So you've got a lot of graveyard shenanigans going on here. Wait, that's. I did this morning. Only now in my coffee. Yeah. I'm just gonna TDM. Yep. Thank you, chat. Chat always knows. Chat always knows. And then we'll talk through the rest of these decks, and I will feel less silly. Thank you. TDM. All right, pretend that didn't happen. All right. So Oculus. So this is kind of the normal Jeskai Oculus deck, but you get Terrace Light Shatter, which is another draw discard engine, but this one has some additional upside. You've got, so here I think Glacial Dragon Hunt makes a ton of sense because you're drawing, discarding, you're boosting your Prophecy Eidetic Memory, all while getting those extra draw steps. Feeding Oculus, I think this could be really sweet. And then the last one, so this one is just a straight Jeskai Revelation control deck. You've got the Storm Chaser's talent. This town ain't big enough. Thundertrap Trainer sort of loop, but you've also got Rediscover the Way, which also works with this town ain't big enough. And then you've got some control elements, No More Lies, Tower, 3 steps. So you're basically just trying to cast a really big Jeskai Revelation and then just keep going until they're dead. So, yeah, so let's see. Next week, yes, brackets, game changers, and unbans. That is what we are doing next week. Only unbans. We've said this before. We are not doing any bans next week. Okay, so chat, have at it. Feel free to let me know what you'd like to see, and we will talk through it. So, Dredge, Jeskai Dragons, Sultai Dragons, Ramp, Oculus, and Revelation Control. I'm leaning. I've been playing Dragons a lot, which feels a lot like Revelation Control. So I'm leaning towards Ramp. I think we're gonna do Ramp. Commander. We're talking about Commander next week. This week, playing Standard. All right, we're gonna do. We're gonna try the Ramp deck. Yeah, Genesis Wave Ramp deck. Same. Are we having Arena open in the next month? I do not know the schedule off the top of my head for Arena opens. All right, we just want a bunch of ramp. And yeah, this seems good. We got a Glimpse of the Core. We only need one land to go Glimpse into Encroaching Dragonstorm. If not, we can go Glimpse into Overlord. We got some Beanstalk we can do. Beanstalking. Let's go. This deck that is never going to enter untapped. Llanowar Elves, another ramp deck. So let's do search for basic forest. I'd love to encroach next turn, but I will take, oh, not a ramp deck, just your normal black, green, Caustic Dragon, yeah. All right, perfect. So we're gonna do this. Double ramp, just ramping. And we're under no pressure, so my goal is to Genesis Wave for as much as possible. So we're going to do Beanstalk. There we go. All right. We're going to Overlords like this. They will probably kill Llanowar Elves, but on the off chance we draw... Yeah. This, okay. All right. They might kill Llanowar Elves, which is fine. But the next turn we can Ugin and go from there. Yep. There's that Bloomvine Regent. Yeah, I think that card is going to see a lot of play. Claim Territory is a spell that we've seen people play on its own, let alone when it's stapled to something else. Hey, you know what? Overlord of the Balemerk is one or more colors. This is also good, but no, we're gonna get out of here. Yeah, this is very good. Is what? Oh wait. Oh man. Yeah. All right. More ramp. Because now what we can do is just play Anissa. Yeah, that makes sense. That concession makes sense. Any talks of bringing Modern to Arena? So we did talk about that a bit last week, and the answer is it's not currently on the roadmap. All right, against Black Green, they had dragons, and they had. I'm not even sure. I want a sideboard here. What am I looking at sideboarding? I don't. I mean, they could be. Vivian might might be something. You know what? No, we're just gonna go with it. I can't think of a scenario where any swap is necessarily better. We'll find out what they're doing more. Any talk of actually sending booster boxes to direct winners? So, direct winners do get booster boxes, but the question there is more about challenges we've had with fulfillment and delays in shipping. We actually have an article coming next Monday that's going to talk more about the Arena Direct program and talk about some of that stuff. All right, Bloomvine Regent. Let's get these forests. All right, it was a good draw that we hit a forest on that one, because now we're set and we can just do a bunch of stuff. They got their own regent. Alright, let's see. 5 mana. We're going to up the beanstalk. And we're going to glimpse the core. And we're going to attack. And the next turn, if Elves lives, we get to Ugin Silex. And winning should be pretty elemental from there. Will we get any Edge of Eternity's previews before Final Fantasy spoilers start? No. Alright, we will not. Target artifact or enchantment. Okay, Ugin. Destroy that. And then we are going to add 3 to exile that. Ugin is a good Magic the Gathering card. Okay. So now we can Ugin this. 7, 8, 10, 7. 8. We can do it for 8. 8. Auto pay. Let's see what Genesis Wave does. Well, let's get one of those, and 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 one of those. I'll keep this one. Hey. Yep, Ugin's a good card. Ugin is a good card. Ugin into Genesis Wave feels like a thing. That was pretty fast. People already asked about spectator mode. There hasn't been a different answer. I do, if you've got questions specifically about like what's coming on Arena's roadmap, I recommend checking out that stream last week. Kirsten and Adams answered a bunch of questions. There was also an article that went up that day, but they did on stream answer a bunch of those sort of like, is this coming? When is this coming? Et cetera, et cetera. What format is Ugin in right now? We are playing Standard. All right. This does not have as many ramp spells as I would like. But as long as this Elves die, we get to go up the Beanstalk, okay, or Libs. I think what am I going to do with blue mana? Spyglass Iron, okay. Okay. Alright, little slower than I would like, but it's fine. As long as the Elves survive, I'm going to keep saying that. As long as the Elves survive. Okay, that's fine. It would have been nice to keep it, but I will allow it. I'm going to do this. And then we're going to do this. Great. And I think we're probably going to Nissa next turn. There's an art. I mean, we might actually play Overlord for full retail. Yeah, let's see what happens when we play this. Could play Nissa, but Sort of what I thought. Okay. But that's a more like mid-level threat. I want to drop my bombs and get those to resolve. They're definitely going to have some disruption. Red, interesting. Hey, we've talked about Canadian Highlander. Can't play more than one spell a turn. Interesting. Well, I'm going to play Ugin because Ugin has a cast trigger. What format do I personally play? I play Canadian Highlander in real life and Commander, and then I also play a good deal of, let's see, Standard and did they concede? They conceded. All right, Ugin is too good. I play a lot of Draft. And I play Standard and a touch of Alchemy. That's what I play. All right, let's play a different deck because Ugin is apparently just too busted. Let's try the Dredge deck. Dredgeless Dredge. Let's see. Any plans on bringing pre-2019 commanders to Arena? Skullbriar, for one example. Skullbriar sounds like a nightmare on digital, but actually, maybe it's not a nightmare. That might actually be easier than I think it is. None I'm aware of. Any chance of getting a Token Masters paper set? Reprints and alternate offer tokens. Nothing that I'm aware of that's on the radar, but all right. So here, we really are short a green source. Like we can still Overlord, but now we need green. This is great. Let's pitch Bloodghast. Bloodghast we really want to mill. So we're going to do this. We'll go from here. Okay, Dredger's Insight. Let's see what we got. We might be able to... Excellent. Give me... What they play? Blue-green? Don't even know what to do with that. I'm going to take that Rubble Belt Maverick. I'm going to cast this. Moving that Forest. We're good on lands. So then, next turn we'll get a Bloodghast back. We'll do some surveilling. We'll surveil first in case we hit another Bloodghast, although there aren't that many. I know there's no Pro Club or Pro Points, but can't you just call them Grand Prix anyway instead of Spotlight events? Names are powerful. Names are powerful, but I will note that Grand Prix is, oh my gosh, a relatively... I mean, that's kind of the key card in the deck. Generic turn. I'm gonna wait. That's just the easiest thing to return. Next turn. Grand Prix don't search well. When you're talking about, like, hey, if I'm looking for Grand Prix city name. They actually don't search well. A lot of things use the Grand Prix Monkier. So I understand the historical context. But in terms of names... Ah, shoot. Yeah, I did that wrong. It's not as good as I'd like it to be. Alright. Yeah, I did that pretty wrong. Fine. Everything's fine. I'm totally playing this well. Can we get more prize money for tournaments? Maybe one day. I'm not in charge of that. Alright, at least they're going to help me out here by attacking. I feel like whatever they're ramping to, though, is going to be better than whatever I'm doing. I'm playing kind of small ball here. Alright. Yeah, I misplayed my land drops. I did all kinds of things wrong. Alright, now we get blood gassed out. Do. Put this here. Do. And attack with that. And we can get another 2 Insidious Roots triggers if needed with Molt Tender. Yeah, sure. Now I am a little out of gas here, so I'm going to want something like a cash. I think there's only one Dredger's Insight in this deck. Ouch. That is a card that I guess you could have in your main deck. That said, I feel fine about this situation. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna attack. There's not really any reason not to. And we'll hold this Blooming Marsh in case we get a Bloodghast in the yard in some form or fashion. Alright. So therefore, we're not bad. We're decent. Are we winning? I think so. I don't know what they're doing. There's a Thrun, there was a Random Heritage Reclamation. I mean, that card's good, but okay, more ramp. Okay, I guess we are winning. So, I mean, they were like a ramp deck. I guess we could do Terra Sunder. What am I even fighting against here? This is a card to have in this sideboard. I didn't build this deck. I have no idea what that's there. It's good block. Fine block. I don't know what it's doing. I can't say. All right, we're gonna add some more Haywire Mites. Boy, what else? I just ramped a bunch. I mean, hypothetically, Negate will be useful. I don't want to. I mean, I could take out the Thrill Seeker combo. I'm gonna Creator Hoof's cool. I'm gonna keep Creator Hoof. I'm going to drop a pair. No, that seems bad. That seems bad. All right, we're gonna drop the Winter Night Stories. Do we already know when Alchemy Tarkir is coming? I don't remember if that date is public yet. Alright. This is a deck that this is a hand that we can play. I don't like having these 2 Bloodghasts in hand, but it's fine. The GPs often went to the same cities multiple years, so got cluttered with search results when the year wasn't specified. Not only that, yes, that, but also various other competitions use Grand Prix. Grand Prix got overused, and it became sort of unusable in terms of being a unique identifier for a Magic event. So that's why we changed it. It's among the reasons we changed it. Boo. Are there plans for Twitch drops? I know it's been discussed internally, but nothing public facing right now. I mean, kind of want to play that, but I don't think that's where we're at. So, I think I want to do this. Surveil. There we go. Put that there. And then, yeah. We're gonna do, yeah, we are gonna do, nope, we're gonna do that. We're playing a little bit to get multiple roots triggers next turn. Pyroclasm, fair enough. It's actually okay, because we're going to do this. It's going to resolve, and we're going to get back... So we're going to get back this dude. And then, if those little guys survive, we're off to the races. Lost one. What else is coming? Trailblazer. Okay. We'll get to attack. Get to attack. But we're gonna get to do some stuff. Yep, that happens. No blocks. Didn't. No. I can do this and will do it later. Now's not the time. Let's target you. So you don't get pyroclasmed. I get to draw cards and make more plants. Here we go. Hey Blake, were there any reasons why we didn't get any major events in Europe during the summer? I mean, 8 million sort of logistical reasons. Oh man. Okay. But we will be back to Europe. Oh my god. Okay, so that's what they're trying to do. That. Alright. Okay. So. I need to Haywire Might. So we're going to Haywire Might. That just needs to happen. We need the Dragonback Assault gone. Okay, so that's what they're trying to do. EU is not forgotten by Magic. We'll have announcements on that soon. It's not. I know it feels like it, but it's definitely not. We are coming back to Europe with large events. Do you remember the first tournament you ever played in? Format set. Mine was sealed. I probably don't remember the very first tournament. I remember... Boy. The answer is no, I don't. But I remember the first like sort of store I played in, and that sort of deal. It was in a mall. I need to do my graveyard. We're gonna do this. Get some more of these. Just keep trying. This little thing's gonna kill me. Ew. That big thing's gonna kill me. Okay, we figured out what they're trying to do. So we're gonna concede. Yeah, these blood gas stuck in my hand. No wonder there's only 2. That was pretty terrible. Okay. So. Do we want 3 steps ahead? I like Haywire Might. I honestly think these Bloodcasts are bad. I hate drawing them. Thrill Seeker. I don't know that we have time for that. Maybe pop in and negate. Okay, let me try that. So no, I don't remember my very first tournament. I remember my first... Oh gosh, do I remember my first... I remember the first store I played at tournaments regularly. We can keep this. Treasure's Insight, try to hit a land. And we'll start doing some skimming. Great, take that. Nope. Then we can Soul Cauldron to make my Haywire Might into a Llanowar Elves to help cast Skimmer. Or Cash Grab, probably. Okay, or you're going to destroy that. Fine. Never mind. Then we will go Maverick. Let's put that in the graveyard. And Skimmer. I'm going to do Skimmer here. Because next turn, no matter what, I can do Cauldron Skimmer. And I'm going to kill this Lumbering Battle Wagon, I think. With the Maverick. I will do my graveyards, grab a Haywire Might. Put it here. I will kill that. I'm going to do this now just so it's not vulnerable to Pyroclasm. I've still got Grab, another Skimmer. I've got plenty of gas going on here. What blocks that? I started playing tournaments around Alliances time. Okay. So, what's the plan now? I think I probably should have played the Skimmer. Ooh, Cash Grab. Give me Roots. Alright, play that. Play Roots. That is already triggered, so I'm just going to attack. And this way we can get a Roots trigger and a turn. And do some more damage from there. Alright, that card is in fact a problem, but it is one we can deal with. So we're gonna give him Yeah, I mean it'll kill this, but cost to doing business. Can I tell you anything about Final Fantasy and Arena? Not beyond what has already been shared. I can't. Okay, so let's see. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna get back a Haywire Might. Draw, make a dude. Play this. Play a Haywire Might. Sacrifice a Haywire Might. Destroy that. And then I think we just attack. Okay. We'll remove the Llanowar Elves. How does the team feel about the health of standard post-Tarkir release? We see a lot of community feels like it's too aggro-focused, and would love to hear your thoughts. I haven't talked with the design team about anything post-Tarkir. I think it's a little early, probably, to draw any kind of conclusions. But I'm sure they have feelings, but I don't know what they are, so I won't speculate. Let's grab this just as insurance in case they pop it. Okay. Although maybe I should have grabbed a creature so that I could make more roots tokens. Let's see. Let's go Skimmer. And then we'll cash grab. Give me a Mold Tender, and then a bunch of stuff will happen. Oh, I tapped terribly, didn't I? It's okay. Nope, I would like to be able to attack with that. Do this. And then we do Overlord, which will grab another something. Let's grab Craterhoof, because it's getting to be about that time. Alright. Do I want to deal more damage? No, I'm going to wait. It's not enough to be lethal. And I may want to make some more tokens in a turn. All right. Here comes a Rennie. So 2, 4, 6, 8. And you're just aiming for those 2? Okay, I can save the second one. So spells cost 2 less. Pyroclasm. Okay, fair enough. I still feel like I'm in an okay spot. Tyvar. That supercharges me. Do I need it though? 3, 6, 8. Kinda. So let's do this. And we'll get back Molt Tender. Because Molt Tender can exile a card and add some green. And we'll do that. Okay. And then we can, since this one can't attack, can add green. Okay. There we go. Cool. Why was the Fallout set not released on Arena? It was a Commander release, and Arena typically does not take Commander-only releases. So that was why Fallout was not. Alright, we are now going to play, let's see, what do we got? Let's do Sultai Dragons feels the, actually, Revelation Control. We're going to try Revelation Control. Wasn't Hoof lethal? Yeah, I had several different paths to lethal there. Hoof was probably lethal if I just cast it. But it would have required tapping one of the plants. So yeah, Hoof was probably lethal. Will MTG ever have a world championship in New York City again? I don't know, maybe. We don't have one on the schedule, but never say never. Hey, that's a good card. What do we got going on here? Sulphur Spring Mountain feels... Oh, man. Alright. Not much we can do about that right now. That is a big hit. Curious to see what they do with it. Nice. That's really cool. Love that. 2 Tarkir Dragonstorm cards coming together. I could have exiled it, but I think it's better to just do this. And then we keep up probably 3 steps ahead, and instead of going Rediscover the Way. Yup, that was smart. Go me for being so smart and good looking and just ready to do the right thing. All right. Well, we're gonna take that. That's why we're here. It's nice if we did want to pitch it. Ill-Time Explosions, pitching that does do a lot. We're gonna take This Town Ain't Big Enough, because that seems like a good thing with Rediscover the Way. Yep. That is a land permanent. I cannot do anything about that. Let's see what else they... Yes, Manifold Mouse. I am probably going to just cast Ill-Timed Explosion on this next turn anyway. But we might as well. So I have to discard something with at least 3. So we're going to discard that. I'm going to get rid of those. Yeah, it's worth keeping up No More Lies. It's my favorite Shard Wedge color combination. My favorite, I go back and forth between Jeskai and Sultai, kind of depending on my mood. Alright, we're going to get to do the thing. We're going to get to cast Jeskai Revelation, and then we will win the game. It's more or less that easy. We're going to let that resolve, and we're going to deal damage to it. And then we're going to do this. So we're going to return that to their hand and deal 4 damage to that, and all will be right with the world. I enjoy Esper. I enjoy it quite a bit. I like all the blue ones. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I don't enjoy Temur a ton. Sometimes I do. I enjoy Temur in this, like I enjoy the way Temur's set up in TDM. Alright, so what I love about this deck is now I can play Storm Chaser's Talent and just get back. So let's see. We're going to do Rediscover the Way first. Gimme... Torch the tower. Do this. Great. And we're gonna attack. Yes. Lots of little prowess creatures. Okay. So then what I'm gonna do... I'm just gonna get back so this is why we're here, right? Just getting back Jeskai Revelations. My least favorite based on play style, boy. Least favorite Shard Wedge It's going to be one of the non-blue ones, which definitely limits it. It's probably Naya. It's probably Naya. Alright, so it's a Leyline deck. Yeah. Yeah, they're dead. Alright, Leyline deck, let's see. Temporary Lockdown, Elspeth Smite, probably some Lorens, Beza. And you've got Mice in there. New Way Forward seems cool but expensive. Definitely dropping 3 steps ahead. I'm gonna drop Normalize. Normalize is totally fine. I just don't. I hate having counter spells against a deck that plays to the board so fast. Naya does have dinos, it's just not my thing. And that's okay. Alright. We can keep this. We'll throw down a Thunder Trap Trainer. To try to hold the fort down for a hot minute. And we'll go from there. Yeah, that's the trick right there. Alright, trainer. Love to see, it's not what I was looking for, but it's not bad. Temporary Lockdown would be the best thing I could draw. So I may, I'm gonna not block. The reason I'm not blocking is so that I have something to target with this town next turn. Because this town doesn't care about any of the tricks that red-black's going to have. Okay. If I torch and they have Monstrous Rage, alright, so we're going to just wait. No attacks. So the plan this turn is to try to smite probably the small Heartfire hero, and this town the large one. Okay, unless they're not attacking with it. I can always torch. Yeah, that's fine. There's not nothing they can do. They do have the, but it's pretty minimal. So I think we actually, if it's 2 damage. So this gets beaten by Monstrous Rage. I'd rather they Monstrous Rage the Manifold Mouse. Yeah, counters on the draw feel real bad. Yeah, see, they definitely have Monstrous Rage or something like it, and they're considering whether to save their Manifold Mouse. Do I have any opinions on the rise of the number of turtles in recent sets? I think it's great. Just a turtle here or there. One of the great things about Magic is that it has a little something for everyone, and turtles are just, it's one of those things where, we had a turtle forever ago, and somebody liked it, and so then we added another turtle, and, it's not like we have Turtle Kindred, but it's a fun addition for someone who likes that or is tickled by it. So I think it's great. Do you get to pick your Mythic Orange username? I do. Mythic ValueCon is a nickname that was given to me by one Adam Staborski. All right, so I think the answer here is trainer. We're trying to work our way up to Revelation. It's a little dicey at this point, but trainer's pretty good. Ocelot Price doesn't have enough cats for everyone. TMNT's secret layer confirmed with Blake's smile reaction to that question. I do like the Ninja Turtles, but that is definitely not anything my smile was trying to convey. Storm Chaser's talent. All right. I'm not sure what they're thinking about. What you guys say? You guys are... Oh, chat's fishing. So am I with Storm Chaser's talent. I'm going to pivot that. Let's see. Gladiator Canlander player here. What card from Canlander would you like to see added to Arena? Oh, boy. Trying to think. Canlander card, so not a card on Arena. Yeah, it would. I'd probably want to see. I mean, if you're talking about Canlander cards, you probably want to look at something from the points list, just because those are going to be the most interesting and iconic. Although I am a sucker for Leavold. Leavold's miserable to play against in Brawl, though, which is where it would get played. So if I could just add it to Gladiator, I would do Leavold. Other than that, let's see. I'm trying to think. About my favorite decks in Canlander. I've got Sultai. I've got. Again, you'd have to ban it in Brawl, but like I think Time Volt. Time Vault is a pretty sweet Canlander deck. It's a Canlander card that doesn't get played anywhere else, obviously. And I think it is a fun puzzle to build a Canlander deck that tries to Time Vault combo you. There are a bunch of artifact-y things you can do in on Arena. In Gladiator, and Time Vault would actually, I think, give those a bit more of a reason for existing. I mean, it's a 2-card kill combo most of the time, but I think because artifacts are more vulnerable, I think it's relatively fun. All right, we have 6 minutes left. We're gonna finish this game, and yeah, I want that. This game's basically over, I think. I don't know what tricks they have up their sleeve. It feels kind of like they've either drawn nothing or have just quit. One of the two. But my hand's pretty solid right now. I'm pretty well set up. And I will probably be able to resolve a revelation in 2 turns. Zern Orb would be good. But Zern Orb, for it to be an actual thing, you'd also want Fast Bond. I mean, you can approximate. I mean, you can approximate a Zern Orb combo-y sort of thing in Gladiator with all of the various ways. Like, there are multiple Crucible of Worlds now. There are multiple ways to get multiple land drops. So, yeah, I have a feeling my opponent has just given up. So we're gonna now look to try to just maybe end this. So I'd want Zern Orb, but I'd want like Fastball too. Is Exploration on Arena? I don't remember if it's been in anything extra. Yeah, my opponent has given up, but that's fine. We can chat for the last few minutes. Zernorb is a cool one. There's a lot you can do with Zernorb. I'd love to have that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, they conceded. All right. Well, that is, I'm 1277. Go me. Okay. We're going to call it there. I don't think we have time for another game unless we just cast turn 4 Ugins all the time, which, hey, maybe we could. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, next week is the big stream at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so same magic time, same magic channel. Gavin Verhey is going to be here. He's going to join us, and he's going to talk about all the work the Commander Rules Committee has been putting in. There will be changes to brackets and game changers and unbans, and there will be no bans. We've said that publicly, but we're going to talk all about that next week. It's going to be a big one. You'll want to tune in then. So till then, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week.